Today is October the 24th, 2024, and things have escalated significantly in the war in the Middle East. As take a look, what you're witnessing right now is video footage of what they're saying is a hit from a terrorist group on an Iranian nuclear power plant in Karaj. Now I'm going to be sharing with you the information coming out on this, and again, we already have a response here from the Israeli war room trying to get clarification as to what is going on, but they're saying that this is currently on fire. I have information coming out from various different news media sources on this, and again, they're saying that this is a terror hit on the nuclear facility. And take a look, we're hearing that things are escalating on this, as this just came out in the last 24 hours as well, which might be escalating things too. This is a mural that was lifted up in Tehran, and it reads in Hebrew, "No hostages will be released." This coming out from Iran. This article coming out yesterday. I'm going to give you more details. And in addition to that, we're hearing the plans for retaliation have changed. We had heard that there was not going to be a hit on nuclear or on oil refineries, and it was primarily going to be focused on military bases. Take a look at this, you guys. Israel delays the Iran retaliation after U.S. intelligence leak. Israel has said to have delayed the Iranian attack after the Pentagon leak. We're hearing things are changing. The time frames and the potential for what could unfold here is changing. And we are seeing this essentially terror hit of a fire that's taking place right now on this nuclear facility in Iran. And also, we're hearing that Israel is now saying they're preparing for a long regional war. I shared this with you yesterday, as well as we're hearing the warnings coming out saying this is just the beginning of what is coming. This is not the end. It is just starting. It is escalating, and things are going to be intensifying, as we're hearing that this nuclear facility was hit overnight. It is lit on fire, and they are claiming that it is Israel retaliating. And so I'm going to dive into the articles for you, get you caught up on all the latest information. And do me a favor, if you appreciate that. I see we've got 2,400 people almost live with me. Take a second, hit the like button, help spread this out further so more people can get the latest information. And as you guys know, I cite all the sources, put it on the screen, read right from it. I see Daniel asking source. Yes, it is linked in the description. But right now, all you have to do is Google Iran nuclear power plant. Go ahead and Google fire erupts. Karaj, K-A-R-A-J, is the location of the nuclear plant that is on fire today, and they are saying they believe that it is the work of Israeli terror groups against Iran. So let me know your thoughts. Do you think that this is a hit? I'm going to share with you the information coming out on this, or do you think that this is just so happens that there is a fire at a nuclear plant in Iran as we are awaiting retaliations? If you think that this is a undercover hit, put a 1. If you think it's just a happenstance, put a 2. I'm going to share with you the latest info coming out on this, though, as we're also hearing that just before this happened, we saw that mural lifted up in Tehran that says no hostages will be released, and it has the faces of the hostages with what appears to be splattered blood on them. So I'm going to share with you what is coming out so that way you guys know exactly what is taking place. And I see somebody else put a 3 if you think this is a false flag. I see somebody putting that this could be a false flag from Iran, claiming that this is a hit on a nuclear facility in Iran to say Israel did this to initiate an attack. Excellent point. I see Misfit putting false flag. People saying, so 1, if you think that this was Israel in a covert operation. 2, if you think that this just happened to happen. Put a 3 if you think that this could be a false flag by Iran. Notice the nuclear facility, I'm going to show with you, it has not erupted. We have not had some major catastrophe unfold, but it is on fire. Would they be willing to go that route to unleash more attacks against Israel? And I'm seeing 3s now starting to pour in. But like I said, this is breaking news coming out overnight. All the articles are going to be linked in the description. I cite the sources, put it on the screen, read right from it so you can see that it is the latest. And if you appreciate that, do me a favor while you're dropping in those 1s, 2s, and 3s, take a second, hit the like button, help spread the latest information out further so that way more people on YouTube can see exactly what is going on. Now, in addition to that, I'm going to continue to keep you up to date on everything, up to speed on all of this. So take a second, hit the subscribe button to stay up to date. And once you hit subscribe, you'll see a bell. Turn it to all to stay notified. We're doing literally, I'm on here multiple times a day now with the updates. And I'm also hearing things are escalating now with other wars that I'm going to share with you here in a second. Literally headlines I'm looking at that are coming out that are saying this is going to become World War III here in a second. And it's talking about the other conflicts that are going on, not what's unfolding with Israel and Iran. But let me get you caught up on this, because this is huge to see that there is a nuclear plant for Tehran that is on fire right now. And we had heard that this was potentially one of the targets that would be coming from Israel against Iran in the conflict. So let me go ahead and share with you the latest, you guys. Let's dive right in. Like I said, do me a favor. We've got 2,900 people live with me. Take a second, hit the like button, subscribe, and all these articles, I cite them in the description. They are linked for you so you can check them out for yourself. So let's go ahead and take a look at this nuclear facility that we're hearing is on fire, that they're saying was hit in what they believe was a terror attack. It says a fire broke out in Iran's Karaj nuclear power plant amid reports of a terror attack. This follows violence in Turkey, where an aviation firm's headquarters was attacked, prompting Turkish airstrikes on suspects' Kurdish targets in Syria and Iraq. The Karaj facility was previously attacked back in 2022 as well. The fire has reportedly broken out at a Karaj nuclear power plant in Iran, according to initial claims from an opposition group, as per reports by Israeli media. Footage shows the facility engulfed in smoke, although the cause of the fire and the potential casualties have not been confirmed. And again, speculation here on the channel. Let me know if you think this was a covert operation by Israel, drop a 1. If you think this was an accident, put a 2. Or if you think this could potentially be Iran initiating a false flag to have an excuse to retaliate against Israel, again, put a 3. And while you're doing that, let's go ahead and continue. Israeli War Room responds on X. Initial report from an Iranian opposition group claim a fire has broken out at a nuclear power plant in Karaj. Regime-affiliated Iranian media is reportedly silent as images of the fire emerge. Now, this comes a day after 5 people were assassinated and 14 others injured in an attack on the headquarters of Turkey's aviation company, TUSAS. Security forces managed to assassinate the 2 terrorists involved in the incident. In response to the attack, Turkey has launched airstrikes for a second consecutive day against suspected Kurdish militant targets in Syria and Iraq. The National Intelligence Organization focused on facilities linked to the Kurdistan Workers' Party and its affiliates employing armed drones in these operations. Now, the Karaj facility has previously been targeted in attacks. In 2022, Iranian authorities relocated centrifuge machines to a safer location following an attack on site, which was blamed on Israel. This complex is a part of Iran's broader nuclear program, which has been subject of international scrutiny in recent years, which we are also hearing was potentially one of the options that Israel said they would be hitting in a retaliatory strike for what unfolded on October 1st, with 181 ballistic missiles being fired against Israel from Iran. Now, we are also hearing that things are escalating with the rhetoric coming out from Iran in the last 24 hours. I'm going to share with you what has come out as we are hearing they are directly targeting the hostages at this time. Now, we had heard, I shared with you yesterday, that there was a potential elimination order given by Sinwar saying that if he was eliminated, that all hostages should be eliminated as well. So the question now is, are they even still alive? The hostages that Israel seeks, as there's still roughly 100 hostages that are being held in Gaza by Hamas. Now, at this time, we are hearing that Iran is coming out with the rhetoric regarding this, and we are hearing that they are saying that no hostages will be released, and they released a mural. Take a look at this, you guys. This was put up in Tehran yesterday. This article coming out October the 23rd, or excuse me, it might have been Tuesday, but this article being written yesterday. I'm going to give you the details on this as Iran unveils a no hostage will be released mural in Tehran. The mural was reportedly put up in Tehran's Palestinian Square on Tuesday. So yes, 2 days ago, according to the Tehran Times. And man, let me know your thoughts, you guys. This could be a response, if it is from Israel, for this, as they are directly saying no hostages will be released. We will not set free your people, which is definitely an aggressive retaliation, because Israel's entire military movement right now is based on eradicating the threat against the people of Israel, and getting back the hostages. Now, this article says authorities in Tehran released a splattered mural depicting photos of Israeli hostages abducted by Hamas's October 7th with the text, "No hostages will be released," in Hebrew. Iran International and local media reported. The mural was reportedly put up in Tehran's Palestinian Square on Tuesday, according to Tehran Times. And here you can see the release from X. "No captives will be freed." Among the photos of the hostages is Noah Argamani, who, despite Tehran's caption on the mural, was freed by the IDF soldiers in an operation in June, along with 3 other hostages. Future hostage deals. Now, Tehran, an ally of Hamas, has launched 2 mass aerial attacks on the Jewish state since the beginning of the war, and was recently caught paying Israeli citizens and residents to assassinate and spy on behalf of the Islamic Republic. Since October 7th's attacks, Iran-backed proxies, they have launched their own waves of attacks on Israel, leading to the IDF now conducting ground operations in Lebanon. The mural came as hostage families expressed great uncertainty about the future of hostage ceasefire deals following the elimination of Hamas's leader, Yahya Sinwar. Now, some families, they believe that Sinwar's assassination will open new diplomatic possibilities for the return of their loved ones. That is what they're hoping, as they're hearing that now that the leader, the head of Hamas at this time, has been removed. Hopefully they will be more open to an agreement. Former Israeli hostage negotiator Gershon Baskin, who worked towards a release of Gilad Shalit in 2011, told The Telegraph that Sinwar's assassination could mean a moment of doom, because there are rumors that Sinwar instructed people holding the hostages that should he be eliminated, that they should eliminate their hostages. The rumors, unconfirmed, did not stop Baskin stating that Sinwar's assassination could be a moment of opportunity where Israel could offer anyone who's holding a hostage that releases them, that they will be given free passage for themselves and their families out of Gaza to another country, as well as a lot of money. So they're saying this could either be a major bad situation, or it could be a huge opportunity. So they are hoping that these hostages that this mural was released of are still alive, and that there will be some way to negotiate to get them back. Now, this comes as I've also shared with you that things are now being delayed, and everything is changing in the response from Israel to Iran, as Israel delays the Iran retaliation after the U.S. intelligence was leaked. This is coming out all over, and you can see here on the screen as well, this coming out October the 24th, today, as well as updates are coming out on this. We're hearing this could be delayed. Now, originally, Israel had said that they wanted to make sure that they had the retaliations take place before the U.S. elections, so they did not interfere with their allies' elections that were coming up. They also said that whoever becomes the president of the United States will play a huge contributing factor as to the future of this war. Now, we have the current administration, which is taking a stance, the Biden administration and Kamala Harris. They are saying that there needs to be a ceasefire agreement, a 2-state solution. There needs to be some sort of diplomatic truce. We actually just saw this with Anthony Blinken, who flew out and had a negotiation with Benjamin Netanyahu to see if there was some way to do a truce, he said, in Gaza and in Lebanon to try to slow things down and cease fire. We are hearing that that is the path, the diplomatic solution that the Biden administration is currently choosing. We are hearing that Israel is saying that there is no diplomatic solution. Hostages have not been released. These proxy groups are still terrorizing Israel every single day, and that war is the only way. And the response that Benjamin Netanyahu gave to Anthony Blinken in the United States was, when are you going to realize we are in war? Join us in this war and eradicate the threat. Iran is not only saying death to Israel, but also death to the United States. We are trying to wipe out an existential threat here, and this is what we're hearing vocalized from Israel. Now, we have the Trump campaign saying that if he comes in, that the Trump administration will support Israel and what they're doing, and Trump actually vocalizing, why not hit Iranian nuclear facilities? This is an existential threat. If Iran has nuclear weapons, why don't we just go ahead and deal with it? Trump getting on board with Israel, saying no ceasefire, no truce agreement, wipe out the threat until it is eliminated. So let me know your thoughts. Do you agree with the Trump administration? If so, put a 45. If you agree with the current administration that there needs to be a ceasefire, put a 46. But we're hearing two very different takes on this, and Israel saying whoever wins the presidency of the United States come November 5th will be a huge determining factor as to the duration and the extent of this war, saying that if the current administration, the current policies continue to take place, well, this is going to be a long, drawn-out war, and that is exactly what Israel is preparing for. Now, they're saying that if the Trump administration gets in and the United States joins sides with Israel and is an offensive in the war, that how they wiped out Hezbollah in just a matter of weeks, they'll be able to do that to Iran in just a matter of days. Elizabeth Moon, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Says, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through him. Amen to that. And thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that a ton. And man, I see those 45s coming in as people are saying they support Israel, they support their right to defend themselves, and they agree with Donald Trump. Why not just hit those nuclear facilities, eradicate the threat that is currently being presented by Iran, and hit those nuclear facilities like we're seeing unfolded last night with the fire that came out from that, what they're saying, terror group that hit that facility in Iran. Now, we will see, because we are very, very close to November 5th, and the presidential election's coming up here very soon. Now, let me go ahead and share with you the latest regarding the delays, as we have heard that these retaliations that will be coming from Israel, they will be delayed. Take a look at the latest headline coming out, and you can see this came out today, 1:34 p.m. Israeli time. So this was several hours ago. Israeli time, I think, is maybe 6-7 hours ahead of me here in Central Standard Time. Let's take a look at what they had to say, but you can see that this came out today as well, Thursday, October the 24th. Israel said to have delayed an Iranian attack after the Pentagon leak. Now, Israel has been forced to delay a potential retaliatory attack on Iran after details of the planning were leaked from Pentagon. The UK Times newspaper reported, and I shared with you here on the channel, that we had actually heard they believe they found the source of this leak. However, the Pentagon saying that no, it is not accurate, but all over social media, we are seeing there's an individual that they're saying is Iranian-based that they believe is leaking out the information. But they're saying no, it is false, there's no proof. But at this time, they're saying it is still under investigation. Now, if we get an update on that, I'll be sure to share with you here on the channel. Now, according to the report, citing an intelligence source with knowledge of the Israeli deliberations, Israel is worried that even though no potential targets were named in the leak, the details provided could help Iran predict certain patterns of attack. So, as a result of this leak, they are saying it has negatively impacted what Israel was planning. So, this is changing everything. The timeline, and we might even see a change in targets. Israel concerned that too much information might have been leaked out. The Times say Israel has developed an alternative plan, but needs to war game them before proceeding. So just to clarify, you guys, the retaliation that is going to be coming from Israel, it has all changed. Everything that we had heard before, everything has changed. So we had heard that potentially it was going to be on military assets, facilities, individuals. Maybe nuclear is back on the plan. Maybe oil and oil refineries could be hit. We will see, but they're saying they need to change everything now, because this was in fact a leak of the plan, the information that was divulged, and Israel concerned and saying not only will we need to change the time frame, but we need to put together a new war plan. So they are calling an audible. We will see. So it is not, as we had heard before, not just military facilities, not before elections. We are uncertain at this time. And my guess is, with these leaks coming out from the United States, that here in the U.S. we're probably not going to get a whole lot of information. But whatever happens, I'll be sure to keep you up to date. So things are about to escalate significantly, though, with the retaliatory attack that will be coming. And we're hearing that Iran is saying, you won't get back any of your hostages. Now, let's go ahead and go back to the article and see what it has to say. It says the leak of American documents delayed the attack due to need to change certain strategies and components, the sources say. So they are changing the strategy, the components, the time frame. There will be a retaliation, but it has taken longer than it was supposed to take. Marked top secret, The documents first appeared online Friday on the Telegram messaging app and quickly spread among Telegram channels popular with Iranians. The FBI is investigating this leak. The Islamic Republic has been bracing for an Israeli reprisal after its latest direct attack on Israel, in which it fired 200 ballistic missiles that sent more of Israel to bomb shelters on October 1st, assassinating a Palestinian individual in the West Bank and caused minor damage in residential areas at a military base. Now, Iran said that the missile assault came in response to strikes in Lebanon that assassinated a top leader of the Iranian-backed Hezbollah terror group and a July blast in Tehran that assassinated Hamas's Politburo head Ismail Haniyeh. So we are seeing Hamas and Hezbollah just being wiped out. They took out Yahya Sinwar for Hamas. They took out Ismail Haniyeh for Hezbollah, and we're hearing that things are escalating. There will be a retaliatory attack, but you guys, everything that we have heard so far, it has all changed. Everything is changing in the last 24 hours. We are now being told as a result of the leak that came out, and also we're hearing things are escalating with the assassination of Yahya Sinwar, and then after that we're hearing that Tehran is saying that no hostages will be released. And let me know your thoughts. We heard that if Sinwar was eliminated, that there was potentially an order given by him to eliminate the hostages. And now Iran is coming out and saying no hostages will be released. Could it be that they have already all been eliminated as a result of this? I don't know. Be sure to keep them in your prayers, but let me know your thoughts. Do you think that the 100 remaining hostages are still alive? Or do you think after the events that have unfolded over the past week or so that they're no longer with us? If you think that they have been eliminated, drop a 1 in the comments. If you think that, no, there's still a chance, we still might be able to negotiate, put a 2 in the comments. But it kind of aligns. We had heard that Sinwar, they believe that there was an order to eliminate the hostages if he lost his life. And now we're hearing Iran coming out in the last 24 hours saying no hostages will be released in a mural that was put up in their square. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. And I'm seeing those ones pouring in. A lot of people saying that this could be a sign that they have all been eliminated. Let us pray for the families and pray that they are hopefully still with us. But regardless, I will continue to keep you guys up to date on this because things are escalating. And this is a huge element of Israel's saying their objective, their ceasefire. They said the war will stop when we have the hostages. The hostages, if they have all been eliminated, then you can anticipate a lot of war is going to be coming. And that is what we're hearing exactly Israel is preparing for. I'm going to share with you another article coming out today. And again, all of these articles are linked in the description below. I cite everything like a book report to hold myself accountable to the community, so that way you can see that everything that I'm sharing with you, it is the latest coming out. All of this coming out in the last 24 hours. The majority of the articles, actually all of them except for one, coming out today, you guys. So this is some pretty big breaking news coming out. Balls, thank you for the $2 super chat. Says Trump is ahead by 2% now. National poll just released. Thank you for that. Yes, it's been very hard for me to get a understanding of where things stand with the elections, because I see so many polls saying this and that. But thank you for that. I've heard that it's been very tight, and I've also shared with you that the Fox experts coming out and saying that it is possible that the election results could be delayed by several days. So we might not know until the weekend after the Tuesday, November the 5th, who the president of the United States is. Yet everybody we're hearing is going to the polls early. Nobody wants to wait till November 5th. Everybody is trying to get in there and get in there right away. So let me go ahead, though, and share with you this article that is coming out that's saying that Israel is preparing for a long, extensive war. And it just seems like things are going that route. Things are escalating significantly. Now, do me a favor, even though this is not the news that anybody wants to hear, if you appreciate the updates, I see we've almost got 4,000 people live with me in the room. Please take a second, hit the like button. Just helps spread this out further, so that way more people across the YouTube platform can get the latest updates. 50 more likes, we'll have 2,000 while we're live. Also, subscribe to stay up to date, as we're hearing there is going to be more coming. I will keep you up to speed on everything, and turn on that notification bell to all, so that way when breaking news comes out, like we're seeing today, news of this nuclear facility in Iran being hit by what they're saying is a terror attack, and it is on fire. You will get the updates as soon as they come out. And again, we're hearing that people are saying that this could be potentially a hit from Israel, a covert operation. They're saying it might be just simply a mistake, but they're coming out and Iran is blaming Israel for this. And some people saying this might be Iran lighting their own facility on fire, but not doing any major serious damage to their nuclear facility in order to lift up a false flag and blame Israel and justify a retaliation against Israel. So a lot of people saying this could be a false flag. If you think it is, drop FF in the comments. And while you're doing that, also do me a favor, hit that like button. I see we've got 4,000 people with me live. And let me share with you this article linked in the description below. That's going to be giving us a little bit more information about how Israel is preparing their economy now. They're saying, hey, get the money ready. We're ready to start doing a long, extensive war. Already a year now, but they're saying this is just the beginning. So this is going to stretch out, we're hearing, into a much longer event. How Israel's preparing for a long regional war. Economic forecasting suggests that Tel Aviv is moving towards a profound military shift based on extended conflict. So they're saying, get ready. This is going to be extending out. Now, according to a recent report in the economic newspaper, The Marker, the Israeli government has requested that the National Commission, the former group coupled for months ago to advise on the country's defense budget, provide quick conclusions to facilitate the approval of major arms deals. So they're saying, approve the finances now. We are ready to escalate this war, and it's going to be going on for quite some time. Adjust the budgets for more military. This comes as retired General Yossi Kupwasar, who previously served as head of research for Israeli military intelligence divisions, has pointed to the scale of the challenge facing the country's army. In an article in the Israeli Hatam newspaper, he noted that Tel Aviv's strategy is based on weakening the Iranian axis and eliminating the threat from the north to enable the residents of the north to return to their homes safely, releasing the hostages. And again, this is the major concern coming out in the last 24 hours. They might no longer be with us, and Iran saying that no hostages will be released in that mural. So this is what they want here. They want to enable residents of the north to return safely to their homes. They want to release the hostages and remove the threat from Gaza to the state of Israel. So they want to remove these threats that are being posed. There's three things: remove the threats, eliminate them, release the hostages, allow people to go back home. And now we're hearing that these three objectives, they might not even be possible anymore. All of this implies a long-term war that will require increasing military capabilities. Estimates from Israel's central bank indicate that the costs of escalating war with Lebanon and potentially also with Iran will be significant, which is particularly reflected in Israel's increased military spending for 2024 and 2025. Now, while the Israeli war budget has not been published in detail, the central bank published figures, but not the detailed budget. New forecasts from the central bank provide a hint showing that current expenditures will increase by about 30 billion shekels or $8 billion this year, a figure that primarily includes military equipment, ammunitions, and compensation for reservists for several days. This is a modest amount when compared with the overall anticipated cost of Israel's plan to bolster its military capabilities, as overseen by the National Commission, headed by former National Security Advisor and retired General Jacob Nagel. Now, while the details of the Commission's recommendations will remain confidential, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government wants the body to facilitate the urgent acquisition of advanced weapons systems. So they are ready, and this heading here says massive spending. So they are preparing for massive spending, and the U.S. is saying, we are by your side. The war on Israel's northern front is just one part of its regional plans, supported by the United States, to dismantle the resistance axis and undermine the unity of fronts strategy. And so we're hearing that is, of course, all those proxy groups that Iran has that are targeting Israel, Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis, all of them. And we're hearing that Israel is saying they want to eliminate the threat, get the hostages back, allow people to go back to their homes safely. And we're hearing these objectives. no longer possible. So let me go ahead though and share with you guys as more comes out. I'll keep you up to speed. I'll cite all the sources, put it on the screen, read right from it so you know what's the latest. As we're hearing things are escalating. And let me know your thoughts. Is this going to be the beginning of World War III? If you think so, drop a 3 in the comments, you guys. But we're hearing, it just seems like there is no more. It doesn't seem like things are going to de-escalate. It just basically seems we are on the trajectory for all-out war here very, very soon. But like I said, I will continue to keep you guys up to date. I'll cite all the sources, put it on the screen, read right from it. In addition to that, there are resources linked down in the description for you as well. So that way you can go ahead and check them out if you want to prepare. I always say here in the channel, don't be scared, be prepared. I feel like, the last live stream, somebody said that they were getting anxiety, and I just said, we can't stick our heads in the sand and pretend like this stuff isn't going on. But what we can do is we can make sure that us and our families, we are ready and prepared for anything. Polly is asking, has Iran been hit like the title says? Polly, let me share with you the headlines so you can see it for yourself. For those of you hopping on a little bit late, I see we got 4,000 people in the room. All of these articles are linked in the description. What we are hearing is, let me go ahead and share with you the video footage. And this is cited down below. What you're looking at is a fire that has erupted in Iran's Karaj nuclear power plant. We're hearing that this is a terrorist hit. You can see right here, it was an attack. I can't highlight it for some reason. Can you see my mouse here? Headquarters was attacked. Excuse me. A fire broke out in Iran's Karaj nuclear power plant amid reports of a terrorist attack. And they're saying this is coming out from Israel. So they're saying this is a covert operation lighting their nuclear facility on fire. However, it has not been confirmed. The Israeli War Room had a response. Initial reports from an Iranian opposition group claiming a fire has broken out at a nuclear power plant in Karaj. They're saying that this was a hit on the facility, but it did not erupt. And I asked the community, let me know your thoughts. Put a 1 if you think that this was a covert operation by Israel to hit their nuclear facility. Put a 2 if you think that it was just a happenstance fire. Or put a 3 if you think that this was a false flag by Iran to accuse Israel and then justify another retaliation. As I shared with you the headlines coming out, all of these coming out today, October the 24th, with the exception of this one, that this mural was released on Tuesday in Iran. And it states no hostages will be released in Hebrew. And we're hearing that maybe all of the hostages now have been eliminated with the elimination of Yahya Sinwar. We're hearing that there might have been an order given that all hostages were to be eliminated if he lost his life. So this means that there is the objectives of Israel to release the hostages, to eliminate the threat, and to return people to their homes. It might be impossible now. And also, why would they hit a nuclear facility? You might be asking yourself when we heard that it was going to be a military facility. Well, headlines coming out today that Israel delays Iran retaliation after the U.S. intelligence leak. Here's another one coming out today from the Israeli Times that actually we read, and it shared that not only are they changing the time frame, but they're also changing the entire strategy. That this did hurt Israel's plan. They're concerned because they feel like it might have divulged targets and information. And so now we're hearing that everything's changing. Nuclear facilities might be back as major targets. Oil and gas might be back, not just military targets, assets, and leaders. So everything in roughly the last 24 hours has changed. And Israel had initially said they did not want the retaliation to interfere with the U.S. elections. They wanted it to take place beforehand to not disrupt their allies' elections. Well, now we're hearing that that is all has changed. And the last article I was just reading for you that came out today as well, it read that Israel is now preparing for a long regional war. They're preparing their budgets, their economy, their money. They're saying it's time for serious war, as it sounds like Iran is saying they will not get the hostages back. There appears to be no sign of peace, and Iran saying that there will be retaliation for what unfolds with Israel's attack or retaliation against them for the October 1st 181 ballistic missiles. So things are just escalating, and significantly. And like I said, all these articles just coming out, they're all linked in the description below. Cite all the sources, put it on the screen, read right from it, so you know it is the latest, you guys. We are now seeing that overnight there was in fact an Iranian nuclear facility that was hit, they're saying, with a terror attack and was lit on fire. But it's very strange that it was lit on fire. A lot of people saying it's a false flag by Iran, not causing major damage to the actual facility. So, man, we will see. But things significantly escalating here in roughly the last 24 to 48 hours. And a lot of this involving the hostages, very, very concerning. And I see Moon Pie with the prayer hands and the American flag. Yes, make sure to keep the families of the hostages in your prayer. Keep the hostages in prayer. Hopefully they are still with us. And this would be an objective by Israel to stop the war. They said the war will end when we get the hostages back. And now they're saying you will never get the hostages back. So what does that mean for the conflict that's taking place in the Middle East? We're hearing things are just going to be escalating significantly. And also Israel letting the United States know, I shared with you, U.S., get on board. This is a war. This is not a peace agreement. There will be no truces, as we saw Anthony Blinken meet with Netanyahu yesterday, saying it's time for you to step up and to help us with Iran. And we heard Benjamin Netanyahu saying that what we did to Hezbollah in a matter of weeks, if we have the United States by our side, if U.S. and Israel come together on the offensive against Iran, that we will eliminate Iran in a matter of days. The rhetoric around all of this, it is just intensifying, moving us closer and closer to war. So like I said, you guys, I see Timothy saying, it's bad right now. Yes, things are definitely escalating. We heard that 2024 was going to be the year of war, and now we're hearing that 2025, it is just increasing even more. And I see Ziora saying, I just tuned in, they won't return the hostages. Think they already unalive them. That's what we're hearing. Potentially it could be that this statement coming out from Iran saying that you will not receive the hostages, releasing this mural, exactly what people are speculating, that they might have already eliminated all of them. This is the mural that we saw released October 22nd, Tuesday. This article released October 23rd, yesterday. And we're hearing that this might be as a result of what we had heard coming out, a rumor that there was an order given by Yahya Sinwar that if he was eliminated, the hostages should be eliminated as well. And as I just read to you, this was an objective of Israel. So a lot of people speculating that they might no longer be with us. And if that is the case, to expect a huge, significant war that is going to be coming here. Now, again, I see somebody saying like, this is unthinkable. This is like somebody putting, oh no. I see crying and praying hands. This is not confirmed, just to clarify. This is speculation coming out. But what is for sure is that Iran has released this mural in the last 48 hours saying no hostages will be released. And we are hearing that there was a order given that if Sinwar's life was gone, that so should also the lives of the hostages be taken. So we will see if they are still alive, if there's any way to get them back. But we're hearing that things are going to be ramping up now. And like I said, all the plans from Israel are changing as a result of that leak that came out from the United States. Israel is saying it has all shifted. It's all changing, you guys. So we might see nuclear facilities targeted. We might see oil and gas refineries hit in Iran, and we might see military targets hit. We will see all of their strategies, we are hearing, are being redone. They're putting together new war plans, and there is a new timeline. And the new timeline, we don't know any of the details. But as stuff comes out, I'll be sure to share it with you here on the channel. But we're hearing that Israel is saying we need to redo everything, and we're not going to be able to share intelligence with the United States at this time because of the leaks that are taking place. But we are hearing that everything is about to change. So we could see some significant escalations here. And we've heard Israel say that the retaliation that they have that is going to be coming to Iran, they said it will be powerful. They said it will be precise. and it's going to shock the world with what they are about to do. And we also heard them say that this is going to be the start. This is not the end. This is the start of a long regional war that will pull the United States in. So they said this is the beginnings of what is to come. This is not the end. This is just starting. That this is actually phase one of several phases, they said. There's going to be a sequence of events that are going to unfold, and this is just the beginning. So we will see, you guys. Things are definitely escalating, and significantly. I see Tina saying, those of you who don't like Steve's news, why are you on here watching? I'm confused. Yeah, you know what? For those of you that do appreciate the updates, I will continue to keep you up to speed on everything. And if you appreciate that, do me a favor, hit the like button. And also, like I said, all the articles that I'm referencing, you can see them for yourself because I link them in the description. And also, I see that there are members that come in that are supporting the channel monthly. Not necessary, but greatly appreciated. And as a sign of my appreciation for those small little monthly contributions, all my articles also pop up in your YouTube feed. So when you open up the YouTube app, you should just see the articles in your feed. You can just click the links and go right to them, but they're also cited in the description. I want to just make sure that people get information, they can see the sources, because I know there's a lot going on. I actually saw some people saying stuff about there's a lot of false information going around, and like people getting confused and stuff. And yeah, it seems like there's so much coming out all the time. Things are changing. Actually, I had shared that with you guys regarding, what was it, North Korea, South Korea, and Russia and Ukraine. There was rumors, I had said, coming out that North Korea was sending troops to Russia to fight against Ukraine. I said that it had not been confirmed by the United States, but we are hearing that was taking place. And we had actually heard too that North Korean troops were actually fleeing the Russian front lines, saying that this was their only opportunity to escape the communist regime of North Korea. Somebody saying, I thought that was debunked, that was false. And I said, you know, we weren't sure, but that is what we were hearing. And then yesterday, shared with you that it was confirmed, and I shared with you the sources. The United States came out yesterday. I shared with you the video footage, John Kirby coming out and saying that it has been confirmed North Korea is sending troops, thousands of troops, to Russia to fight on their behalf against Ukraine. And that, we heard, is a major escalation, and we're hearing that could turn into some serious conflicts that are going to be taking place with various nations. So I'm going to share with you some more on that later today. So if you haven't subscribed and turned on the notification bell, be sure to do so, because I'm seeing headlines coming out today that are saying World War III is upon us, with what we're hearing is unfolding with the Koreas and Russia and Ukraine. But like I said, I'll get more into that later. I wanted to share with you the breaking news coming out overnight about the hit on the nuclear facility in Iran today. Please enter a name, $5 super chat. There is a whole lot of speculation here. I would quit misleading people with your titles and fear-mongering. The problem with the media, World War III, laughing out loud. Well, thank you for the $5 super chat. Please enter your name here. I don't know what to tell you. I cite all the sources, put it on the screen. I read right from it. All of these are linked in the description, so you can see it for yourself. And you can actually Google the Iranian facility being lit on fire today, and it will pop up. And I actually shared with you the article itself. So I don't know what you feel is misleading. They're saying this was actually a terrorist hit by Israel against Iran. But the question is it a false flag? That we don't know. But everything I'm reporting to you, it has happened. So I'm not really sure why you think that. But you're totally welcome to join me here if you still want updates. And you're also totally welcome to not join me here. It's your choice. But for those that are interested and appreciate the updates, I will continue to do so for you guys. Hit that like button. Lori Helms, thank you for the monthly contribution and support. I appreciate it a ton. I'll keep you up to date. Let's see here. Please enter a name, says literally no reason to talk about it. Actually, it's linked in the description. Or Lisa responds, says, you don't know what you're talking about. You are deceived. Oh, people are responding. Peg Elliott says, media isn't telling you anything. You know, and that's the thing, is that a lot of them I'm pulling foreign media news outlets as well, because right now the U.S. media is really focused on the elections. So there's not as much reporting on it as typical. Lori Gardner says, thank you, Steve, for what you are doing with this. I get too important searching online for credible sources and information. You are very welcome. Bugsy says, thank you, Steve. You are very welcome. I will keep you guys up to date for those that want to stay up to date. Andrew says to please enter your name. How is this misleading? He cites the sources. You troll. Let's see here. And then now they're going back and forth in the comments. That's okay. Regardless, so that, you know, whenever you get on social media platforms or things like this and you share with people, you're going to have, I'd say in my estimation, 90% of the people that actually appreciate and can tell when somebody is doing their best to give you updated information, accurate breaking news, citing the sources. I try to do everything to hold myself accountable and make sure that you guys can see that I'm trying to do my best to provide you with updates. Now, again, I'll discredit myself. I am a guy on YouTube. I'm not anybody special. I don't have any special intelligence, but I'm just doing the research like a book report and providing it to you. So I try to do my best. I feel like 90%, 95% even of the people are good people that just want to see, and they're able to have good judgment and determine whether somebody is, you know, telling the truth or being misleading. But then you always got like 5% that are trolls and haters for whatever reason. And it is what it is. I'll continue to keep them up to date as well. The primary thing is I want to focus on the 95% of people that are here on the channel that want the information, want to stay up to date, that appreciate it. You are my focus. Joshua Bruder, thank you for the $10 super chat, says, I sent you a video about what's happening with Israel and Iran right now. I highly recommend that you watch it. Say something about it, Facebook account and X account. Okay, I will take a look, Josh. But I always tell everybody, because of all the scams and the imposters going on, to send me stuff if you can on Instagram at SteveRam3. I have got so many messages on all the platforms. Instagram's really the only one that I check and respond to. So I will go ahead and try to do my best to look at that. But thank you for sending that. I appreciate it. A lot of people send me updates and information across the platforms. Instagram's the primary one that I check. But I do appreciate it because it helps me stay on my toes. I've actually had times where people send me breaking news, and I got the news from people before it came out on the news. People are constantly sending me updates. I appreciate it. Old Ager 60 says, Steve, you are okay. Ignore the idiots. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. I'll continue to do my best. You're all right, Steve, says Angel. Yeah, and if you guys appreciate it, you know, simple thing you can do is hit that like button. Helps out the channel a ton. But like I said, I'll keep you guys up to date on all this. I'll cite all the sources, put it on the screen, read right from it, do my best to get you the latest information, and share with you guys so you know exactly what is taking place. Old School is saying Steve is not bald. No, I am not. That is right. It has been 6 months since my hair transplant operation. I am no longer bald. I just did not do my hair this morning. But yeah, I got taken care of, and I'll be releasing a video on that for anybody that wants info on that. I had a lot of guys tell me like, hey, I'd be interested. Even some ladies telling me that they had, like, I think it was alopecia or some sort of thing where they were losing their hair. And the facility I used will help anybody out that wants that. So I'll release a video on that as well. So far, been very, very happy with it. Danny B says, I've read the articles myself. Yes. So all these are cited. I try to cite everything for you so you can see it. Gian says, don't stop now, Steve. Your channel has been blessed, and you're letting us know what's going on. God bless you and your family. You are in my prayers continuously. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that a ton. Bugsy says that my hubby is bald. Doesn't matter. Yeah, you know, bald is beautiful on a lot of people. Some people have great bald heads. I just did not feel like I was going to be one of them, so I went and got shifted around the hair location on my head. Maggie says, I appreciate all your efforts. Thank you so much for the kind words. I appreciate that. I'll keep you guys up to speed. New York says, what happened? I am late. Wait, Iran got attacked, says Ty Fox. Steve literally reports the best news faster than the legacy media. Absolutely best. Keep it going, guy. Thank you so much for the kind words, Ken. All right. And so for those of you hopping on just a little bit late here, basically what has happened is things have escalated significantly. What we have seen is overnight, we're hearing that a fire broke out in Iran's Karaj nuclear power plant amid reports of a terrorist attack. They're blaming Israel for this. You're seeing the footage here of the fire that erupted. Now, this could have been huge, a major issue, a major problem if the nuclear facility would have had damage. But what we're hearing is that it was just overnight. Now, we heard the Israeli war room has already responded. Some people are speculating this was a covert Israeli attack on the nuclear facility, lit it on fire. Some people are saying that no, it just was a happenstance situation, that there was a fire at the facility. Some people saying this was a false flag by Iran to blame Israel and justify an attack to escalate the conflict in the Middle East. And I had people put 1, 2, and 3 to see what you thought. But the information we have coming out, and that is across the headlines, foreign headlines right now, is that there is a fire at the nuclear facility in Karaj in Iran. Now this comes, and we're hearing this might have been a potential reason or escalation, is that this was released in Tehran 2 days ago. And it is a mural that was put up that says no hostages will be released in Hebrew. And it's pictures of all the hostages that were taken from that October 7th attack. And this is causing a lot of people to speculate that the hostages may no longer be with us, as Iran is saying none of them will be released. Now, the reason for this I shared with people was because we had heard that there might have been an order that was given, it's not been confirmed, that if Yahya Sinwar, the leader of Hamas, was eliminated, that all of the hostages were to be eliminated. Now they're saying they might think that this was accurate after seeing this mural released in Iran. And also this comes as we're hearing the entire game plan has now changed for Israel. Everything that we've heard before, you can throw it out the door. We heard that there was 3 potential options: nuclear facilities, oil refineries, military assets, and that they were going to focus on military assets, that the attacks were going to take place before the U.S. elections. We're hearing all that. Throw it out the door. All of that has changed since the leak that unfolded with the United States. Now Israel is saying they're redoing all their strategy. They're concerned that Iran knows what their next moves are going to be because of those leaked documents. And they're saying the time frame has been pushed back as well. So everything has changed. And the information that we know here in the United States is close to nothing, because Israel's saying, you've got a leak, we can't share this with you. So, but they said there is going to be escalation. Reports coming out, Israel's preparing their economic forecast and their budgets for war, for a long, drawn-out war. And we had that meeting that took place with the United States' Anthony Blinken and Benjamin Netanyahu. And Anthony Blinken saying we want to try to come to some sort of ceasefire, peace agreement in Gaza and Lebanon. Benjamin Netanyahu, we're hearing Israel coming out and saying, U.S., when are you going to realize this is war? There is no peace agreement. The war will end when the hostages are released, and at this time there are no signs of that. Prepare for a long, extended war and get on board. And if we had your support, this war could end very quickly. We could wipe out Iran in a matter of days. But if you do not get on board and the current policies from the current administration continue, then expect long, drawn-out war in the Middle East. So this is what's been unfolding, in all of these articles, you guys, that I'm sharing with you have come out today, October the 24th, 2024. We're hearing everything has changed, with the exception of the article regarding the mural that was lifted up in Iran. We're hearing that happened Tuesday, and that article came out yesterday. So that one just came out in the last 24 hours. But all these articles, all this news I'm sharing with you, this is new breaking news in the last 24 hours, as we're hearing everything has shifted and things are escalating. And all these articles, as I mentioned, cited in the description with hyperlinks, so you can click them, go right to them. I try to make sure that you guys can see everything that I'm reading from. You can get all the information, hold myself accountable to the community. But you guys, a lot unfolding, things escalating significantly, and we're hearing that there's going to be some serious attacks coming. Israel said that when they hit, there will be 3 things. It'll be precise, it'll be powerful, and it will shock the world. Iran will have no idea what hit them, they said. So I will continue to keep you guys up to speed on everything, though. So that is the latest. Do me a favor, hit the like button if you appreciate the updates. If this is your first time here, don't forget, subscribe. I'll keep you up to speed, because now we're hearing nuclear facilities could be back on the table. I don't know. We will see. I'll keep you up to date on everything, you guys. So like button, subscribe, stay notified, and I'll keep you up to speed. And I always say here on the channel, don't be scared, be prepared. Knowledge is power, but the application of knowledge is the true power. So like I said, we'll find out what's going on. We'll make necessary preparations to keep ourselves and our families safe. Additional resources linked in the description for you guys. And that is the latest. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Stay tuned to the channel. I'm going to keep you up to date on some more updates coming out with the Koreas and Russia and Ukraine, as we're hearing that that could be escalating significantly as well. Just seems like World War III, you guys, is just escalating significantly. And also, let me see here. Hidden Vault, thank you for the $2 super chat. I appreciate that a ton. Thank you so much for that. I also see Joshua Bruder sent a $10 super chat. It's called When Israel Hits Iran's Nuclear Facilities. Type that in your YouTube and it will pop up. It's legit, Orthodox video. This talks about the years ago by a saint. Wow. Thank you for that, Bruder. And I'm sorry I missed that $10 super chat. Wow. Okay, I will do so. Yeah, I've heard there's been a lot of prophecies coming out. People talking that we're in prophetic times right now. But like I said, whatever unfolds, I'll keep you guys up to date on everything. And I see Richard saying he purchased something because of my reporting. Thank you for keeping my family safe. You are welcome, Richard, and I believe in the Second Amendment myself. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, you guys. God bless.